She was the girl who saw everything, yet still at a ripe age where the bones soften understands nothing. She never learned how to calculate the meaning behind her marks because she grew being told to always move forward and not linger. She always itched to collect her vast range of memories and lay them out before her to make connections, but too many people told her it was too slow a process for the blur we live in. Over time, the girl slowly forgot her past, forgot herself, and became old and lifeless before her last breath had even left her. That's not my story, but it could have been. It could still turn out to be, but it's unlikely because I've realized its potential. It could also be or turn out to be the story of many others, but I hope for otherwise. My history, my story, is shortened so far. This is me as a baby. At birth, I weighed 10 pounds, which might answer your question, why does she look so large? Could you imagine giving birth to 10 pounds? I don't want to. That's my mom. She did the deed. And that's my dad, and I suppose he did some sort of deed to get me here too. They're both beautiful, talented people, and I was very fortunate to be raised in a house full of love and affection. This is my brother. He's loyal and gifted. My brother was born 2 years before me, but growing up people often thought me the older child, and for a time, I secretly loved that, but now it just makes me feel like I was maybe trying too hard throughout my childhood. I love animals, food, art, music, travel, fashion, interesting minds, history, meeting people, friends, just to name a few. My current crisis, one that is picking away at my brain slowly and steadily, is facing the fact that I will not be able to learn everything about everything and everyone I'm interested in during this lifetime. Thought overwhelms me to the point of exhaustion. I probably spend more time worrying about this educational crisis than I spend on learning real things. Everything is sort of reversing now. I'm constantly changing. I find each day I become less critical and less negative and more open to the endless experiences before me. When I was young, all I wanted was to grow up quickly, but now that I'm closing in on that age I was looking forward to as a preteen, all I want is to go back. It terrifies me. I'm turning into something like a young woman child, immature in many moments, inarticulate because of all the thoughts and insecurities, but at the same time so willing to test all waters. I just don't want to grow up anymore. Not yet, at least. I want to grow into my world and around its intricacies, not up into it. I want to see and touch and smell things as a child would again. And I think that we should all try this. There's too little time to let it curdle over small, silly things, like that woman who pushes in front of you at Bloor Station during the morning rush, or that guy who you really shouldn't have made out with, or that girl that spat on you with her eyes just because you're interesting. Just smile and move forward. There's too little time to worry about what will happen to you or who you'll end up with. You can never know anyways. So the end of my story today ends in class with you, but then in some semi-curvile linear form continues when I walk out the door. I'm an 18-year-old full-time university student working 4 days a week, class 3 days a week, and trying to figure out the essence of my spirit in between. And if this presentation of myself, my entity, has seemed unclear or disorganized, it's because that's what myself, my entity, is right now. It's in development, a work in progress. I used to love Miranda July's quote, "Like ivy, we grow where there is room for us." But now I'm not so sure if I agree with it, because there are so many people that grow beyond the rooms and spaces in the world seemingly marked out for them at birth. We should all heed the examples of such people as we walk into class today. I know I will.